Hello everyone, my name is Owain on the channel and this is my brother.
Joey.
And today we are going to be talking about Astro Bot. Now, for those of you that don't know, Astro Bot is like a PlayStation 5 mascot now. It's a kind of platforming game based on things like Crash Bandicoot and Ratchet and Clank.
Another like PlayStation mascots and like cameos over the years.
And it revolves around you trying to collect all the different like little PlayStation mascots and using different kinds of abilities to do so.
Yeah, and because you're trying to like repair the PlayStation 5 mothership.
Now, recently we platinumed the game, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And with that, plus all the recent time trial levels, we thought that we'd like do a review of it.
Yeah, because I thought it was a very fantastic game.
I really enjoyed it as well, especially playing it with you.
Yeah, I think what it's done is already ignited our passion for like platforming games, you know, because you don't see as many platforming games just come out in general, to be honest.
Yeah, like the main platforming games nowadays is with just really Crash and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I guess so, because they're the ones that I saw, like Ratchet and Clank is an ever-evolving universe, and Crash Bandicoot, you know, they brought back and now starting to do its own thing.
Yeah, because there hasn't been Jak and Daxter's Spyro games in a long time.
Yeah,
so
but you know, fingers
really
crossed for Spyro 4.
Yes.
So, going from the beginning then, so we'll talk about like the gameplay.
Yes.
And honestly, the gameplay I thought was really, really good. They took what they had from Astro's Playroom, which came free with the PlayStation 5, because I think that was so well received, that's why they created this game.
Yes, it's kind of like a sequel, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it was kind of like a sequel to it. In fact, actually, when the game came out, well, on the way up until it came out, they actually did this little thing inside Playroom.
Where they added like four new kind of characters.
Yeah, in the Playroom, and that was totally free. It's like a road like build-up map to the game launching, which is kind of cool. The abilities that you get in the game are, I gotta say, are really cool as well. They were different than what you had in the Playroom, which was good because it showed that they had like more experimentation with.
Yeah, because you had things like the dog.
Yes, like the jetpack dog that boosts you forward.
The elephant.
Yes, the helium. Well, actually, it's technically
that was the octopus, wasn't it?
Was it the octopus? Oh my god! The elephant's the one that sucks up the goo and like the ice to create platforms.
And then the frog.
The frog was the boxing gloves, spring boxing gloves that can really punch far range.
And then similar to that was the monkey, wasn't it?
The monkey was the climbing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rubber ducky.
Oh god, yeah. But the only reason we don't like that one as much is because of the challenge. Because another cool thing in Astro Bot that we liked was they had these like tough challenges and that over time got worse and worse and worse. So they were like these square, X, circle and triangle challenges.
Yes, and then you had like the crumble rumbles.
Yes.
And the like I can't remember what they were called, but it was like the pixely kind of ones.
Oh yeah, I know the ones you're on about. They're sort of like a crumble rumble, but they were just pixelated worlds basically.
And then you even had like the Lost Galaxy.
Yes, so the Lost Galaxy acted like a bonus world, so did Crumble Rumble and these challenges. So it acted like little mini bonus worlds. They were like very linear.
Yeah.
And you had to complete the challenge at the end to like free another bot or collect a puzzle piece, which that was another cool feature because you had this little hub world in the game. And you get to really see as you play through the game, I think, that as you're collecting all these characters and puzzle pieces to create buildings, you get to see this hub world come to life.
Yeah, like you get to see, like at first it's just a plain desert with only you and well the absolutely wrecked PlayStation 5. And then over time, the more you collect and like you do things like buy the emotes, I guess you could say.
Yes.
For the characters.
In-game money now, not like microtransactions. There's none of that,
Good. But as you do that, you get to see the world kind of evolve, especially with when you collect the puzzle pieces, and then you get to build those kind of things.
Like the arcade machine from the Playroom that you use that to get the in-game currency, then you have a little play around to get the emotes for other characters.
Then you get to costumes.
Yeah, costumes, which is cool. Really like that.
Oh, and I know there was 2
The
more.
controller paint job one.
Yes, that was it. The controller paint job
because that acts
one.
like your flying little ship, which I thought was a cool feature.
Yeah.
That they can use all like the PlayStation accessories you've had over the years in some way, shape, or form as tools in this game. Like the controller,
especially at
is
the
actually
end.
a little glider that you can use. Well, little ship that you can use to go at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the game.
But we'll get onto that later.
And the fourth thing was like the Astro's golden statue.
Yes, which took you to that level.
Yeah, which as we discussed before, we had square, egg, circle, and triangle challenges. When you unlock the final thing in the game at the hub world, the golden statue, which is if you get all the puzzle pieces in the game, it takes you to the secret level, which combines all these challenges into one, which is really long and really tough.
And really painful.
Yes, I remember doing it first time. I was like, oh my God, just keep going on and on and on. And it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was really hard.
It was just, but that's the whole point, because it was the last challenge. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
But no, it was really worth it, and I really liked that at the end. And also, because you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you're counting Lost Galaxy worlds.
Yes.
That, because the Lost Galaxy was like this bonus world with all the bonus areas if you find the secret portals in certain levels.
Yeah. And like each world had like all the different characters in it to try and find.
Yes. In fact, which characters would you say were your favourite? I know what mine are already.
Ooh. Actually, you go with yours first.
Okay, well, it's going to be Kratos and Atreus when we beat the second boss. And they gave them their own world, which was cool.
Yes, that's another thing. Every time you beat the boss, the character you collect at the end gets their own
because
world.
Aloy from Horizon, which was another fantastic game, she had her own world, and you got to see people like Silence and Rost and all the other characters from her area.
And then Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
And all his characters. It was absolutely insane. I really enjoyed it.
But the best character world was definitely the God of War one.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
But
who are your characters though? Of the entire game.
I would also probably have to say Kratos. Kratos and maybe Thor, especially the emote he comes with ways with baby Jormungandr.
Oh yeah.
But I also did really like seeing Crash and especially Spyro.
Yeah, I did like seeing that. I'm glad that those two, even though now they're not with PlayStation anymore, they're with Activision and all that business, they're still known as the mascots from a long time ago, and probably still ever to be honest, because everyone will just see him like that.
It's sad that Spyro's by himself.
Yeah, he is in that hub world, isn't he? He's just sort of left over by himself. I thought he'd be at least with Crash. You got Jack, you got Ratchet and Rivet and Clank.
You think that when you get him, because he's one of those things in the eggs, you don't get emotes for them, but you would have thought he would have come with Sparks to kind of play with, but no.
So you had that. You had a lot of different levels themed around different things. You had that casino one.
Yes.
A Japanese themed one, which I thought was really cool, with all the trees and stuff, the cherry blossom trees.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm surprised that Ghost of Tsushima was one of the ones that you'd.
Don't. There's so many characters that I love. God of War to me will be the biggest one, but I still like the others. Don't get me wrong, Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, all of them. You even saw Metal Gear Solid, because you see Solid Snake in there
and Helldivers
and Helldivers, yeah, which actually brings us on to another thing, because at the time of this recording now, what they've done is after the game fully released for the next, because this is the third week now. They are releasing free levels that are to do with time trials. So you can do speed runs around the world for leaderboards, and each week a brand new level is coming out completely for free.
So right now it's the spring.
So you've got Building Speed was the first one, Let It Slide was the second one, and right now that released a couple of days ago was Spring Loaded Run.
Yeah, and we're actually doing pretty well on that.
Yeah,
we're the top 100 or something.
At the moment.
At the moment. But that's guaranteed to change at some point.
Yes, let's be honest.
But still, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got Helium Heights next week.
And Helium Heights is next week, and then I can't remember the name of the last one, but I think it had something to do with fire, so I can only imagine.
The rubber ducky.
Yeah, it's going to probably have to come back, because the problem with that ability, I would say, is when we were using it in the challenges, well, the one challenge, there's that one specific level, I don't know what it was. I think maybe it could have been us, but when we were using it, sometimes it felt like it wasn't creating the platforms. I'm not too sure, but it was still a very fantastic, because when it worked, it was working fantastic. But I think sometimes we would maybe either jumping too soon, so we just got flashbacks of, oh my god, don't use the duck.
Yeah. But now speaking of the bosses.
Yeah.
Those were actually...
Yeah, they had cool mechanics.
Yeah. I think... What's your favourite boss then? What do you think was your favourite
I think
boss?
No, I'm not going to count the last...
Not counting the last boss. We're going to do that separately.
Yeah, because there was a reason for that. I think if I was going to class one, I think it would have to probably be... They'd have to probably be, I think the snake one, because of the design and stuff. I think you fought the snake one, though.
Oh, yeah. I'd probably have to say the snake one as well. But I did like the first boss.
Yeah, the gorilla.
Yeah, the gorilla.
Yeah, that was
especially
cool.
The whole thing of having to charge through the glass of the different
And you had mini bosses in here as well, because you had, those undead pirate captains.
Oh, yes! Those were actually pretty cool as well.
They were kind of surprising, to be honest, because that I wasn't expecting, because you had these main bosses in each world, but then they give you these mini bosses inside other levels as well, which was another cool feature.
Yeah.
Another thing about this game is the fact that because a lot of these levels are quite big, they can hide little secrets around, every nook and cranny, so it's, nice to try and find and solve puzzles, by yourself without, looking anything up. But no, I thought
we did have to, for the awards, look some of them up.
The PlayStation trophies.
Yes, because they were
But
just
the puzzles and the bots.
The puzzles, yes.
Yeah, we found, yeah.
Yeah, by ourselves.
So, the abilities, we talked a little bit about them. What did you think about them?
I really liked them, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. I liked the elephant, with the whole thing of trying to stack the blocks.
Yeah.
The chicken was also quite a fun one. But I just thought that was just kind of like a rip-off of the dog, to be honest.
Yeah, because the dog
shoots...
Yeah, don't do that to me, not now. That's going to put me off now, for God's sake. Yeah, because the dog ability shoots you forward, but the chicken one just shoots you up vertically. That's the only difference between the two.
And I'm trying to think. I think maybe my favourite one might have been the frog, maybe?
Oh, the boxing glove frog.
Either the frog or the dog. Frog dog, around.
Frog dog. I'd have to agree. I think out of those two, you get more use out of them. I'm not saying the other abilities are bad. It's just with the dog, you can go to some insane speeds. In fact, for the first speed run that came out at free,
it was the dog,
and you can get up to some insane speeds with that if you keep spamming the ability. And the one that's just come out recently uses the frog gloves, actually, which you use quite a fair bit to sort of maneuver around certain obstacles. And if you're very good with it, you can even skip certain sections.
Yes. So that's very interesting and very cool that they have all these different kinds of abilities.
Yes.
But... do you think we should get on to the ending now? How the game...
Yeah, so the ending. So it all came to this, climate point with the end boss, which, with the little story that we've got in there.
The galactic...
alien.
Bully thing.
Yeah, so it shot down, the PlayStation 5 at the beginning. You're there, this entire experience is you trying to rebuild the PlayStation and bring back all your mascots and army.
And then you have, all the different consoles they use as ships, the PS1... 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
and then obviously PS5.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of Avengers Endgame, actually.
Yeah.
Of all the...
everyone coming together, and they used, what was funny about it is that they used old consoles as ships.
Yeah.
You saw the PlayStation 2, the 1, the 3, the 4, and then the 5 is the mothership.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
side consoles.
The PSP, the PS Vita, memory cards acting like surfboards, sort of going through it all.
And blasting at them with the controllers.
Yeah, as you were chasing after the alien.
Yeah, and then when you actually get to fight the alien, the mascots help you get different kinds of abilities.
Yeah, because you had this Wheel of Fortune thing where when you spin it, but you have to stop at a certain point. I was very unlucky because twice or 3 times over, I kept landing on the red one, which actually brought in more enemies for you to fight.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you were lucky. You got the ability.
I'm pretty sure... Didn't I get, I thought I got the dog. the frog, and I can't remember. I know there was a third one I got as well. But
what they did, what was clever though, I think, is that when you had that ability, they give you a certain type of enemy or mechanic that revolved around that ability, I think.
Yes. Like, with the dog, the alien was, like, stabbing at you with the, like, giant sword.
So you had to get out of there by going left
Yeah,
and right.
And then you had to charge into the sword when it was stuck to shatter
Yes.
it. And then, obviously, trying to break his fingers to get to the UFO he was in and destroy that.
What would have been cool, right? I just thought of it now, though, is if, as you said, like all the mascots come in and give you a hand and stuff. If Kratos threw you his Leviathan axe as he did in his level, or Nathan Drake threw you his gun, or Alo
and then you
threw
actually
you a
became
bow.
the character. Because those characters do throw you things, but it's to stop the wheel.
But just imagine if they threw you like if you used Aloy's bow or Nathan Drake's pistol or Kratos' axe, that would have been
that would have been really cool.
That'd have been interesting.
Yeah.
But no, I thought the game was fantastic.
Astro Bot almost died at the end.
He did. We were quite sad about that, to be honest. But I thought to myself, there's no way, because how would the game carry on?
He's only just become like a PlayStation mascot. You can't kill him off now.
Yeah.
And I mean, luckily they didn't. He actually like returned.
Well, that's the thing now. He has become like its mascot now.
Yeah, he's not just some fun little thing to like introduce you to the mechanics of the PlayStation. He's like his own character with his own game series.
Yes.
He's kind of like... He's like the new mascot, because obviously there have been several mascots of PlayStation over the years. You've got Crash, which will always be known as like the unofficial mascot, the original one. But I feel like Astro Bot is now the official mascot, while Crash is like the...
Yeah, because I think with Astro Bot, like, you know, he's relied on like other characters from other games to, you know, sort of help him, because, you know, like Astro's Playroom, you know, and then he's got his own game now, and I think from here, you know, he could, you know, have his own little adventure, let's say, from here on out. But I imagine, like, you know, years and years from now, like when the PlayStation 6 comes out, if they do like another Astro's Playroom for it comes out free, but they have more updated characters, they bring like a new generation of characters over, so keep updating the roster of characters you're going to meet over
and eventually there'll be no room to walk in the game then. It'll just be... Get through, please.
Well, just make the game bigger, but you know, because we enjoyed it, and we quite sad when it came to an end. But we always know we can always redo it when we can.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a cool and clever move by Tina Sobe, who are really great at this game, that actually made like these free levels as well that came out later on, the speedrun levels.
Yes, to kind of make sure that people actually continue playing the game, so that there's more like kind of, I guess you could say, replayability to like some of the levels and
using those abilities and seeing what you can do with them to cut down the time faster.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the game overall. I think it was a big improvement over Playroom.
Yeah,
like I
think Playroom was like your sort of, because it does come free
with
like
a demo.
It sort of gets you used to the controllers, because obviously you got the haptic feedback and all this stuff, the controllers, the vibrations, all that stuff, and like using it to actually move the controller as opposed to just pressing buttons and stuff like that. You know.
If I'm gonna be honest, I went into playing this game not really thinking much of it, just thinking, I'll play it just because I played the first one, but I don't think it's gonna be anything special. And I am so glad that I was wrong.
I knew playing Astro's Playroom, I thought to myself, this was really good, because it was a nice way of getting us used to the PlayStation 5's controller and seeing all these characters. It was a nice nostalgia thing as well. So I thought to myself, when I heard about the game, I did think to myself, if they do what they did with the Playroom, but they make it like a proper full-on game, then it'd be very interesting to see what they could do in terms of level designs and mechanics for bosses. Yeah,
because some of the level designs were just like breathtaking with like how good they were. I mean, not as breathtaking as something like God of War
or Ghost of Tsushima or Horizon,
but they were still very good looking.
Yes.
And then like how the levels worked and stuff was also pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's definitely up there, and I would definitely say it's a game to play if you haven't already.
So, what would we give our rating, like out of 10 then?
I'm gonna say... Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10.
I'll probably have to agree.
I was sort of debating giving it like something like a 9.5. I'm just going to give it a 10. It's a great game. Yes. I was just going to say the rubber duck, but that was just probably because of us more than anything, actually using the ability and stuff. But no, overall, I think with everything that the game has to offer between levels, the bonus ones, the bosses, the characters you meet, the abilities that you get, the insane level of graphics and all that is fantastic.
Definitely worth the money.
Yeah, and the little story that you get with it, you know, the whole point is you're repairing the PlayStation 5. You're on this journey to find people who are the PlayStation mascots and cameos over the years to help you build it back up while defeating bosses at the same time and looking for other components to repair it.
Yes. So, is there anything else you want to add there?
No, but once again, as usual, if we have missed anything, please feel free to leave it down in the comments.
Yes, and let us know what you
questions.
thought of the game as well.
Yes,
if you've played it.
If you have played it, yeah. So that's going to be it from me, Dewi, and my brother
Owen.
And we will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.